Scott, I fucking love you. How's it going, everyone? My name is Colin Winters. I'm the host of Panthers Den, and today, of course, we are talking about the breaking news that came out just recently that the Panthers have traded a 2023 sixth-round pick for cornerback Stephon Gilmore from the Patriots. This is huge news when it comes to the NFL because, of course, we all know that Stephon Gilmore is a fantastic player and that he was going to be released from the Patriots earlier, but instead the Panthers decided to jump in there and get a trade in before the 4 p.m. official deadline for its release. For any of you who've been living under a rock for the past, how many years since it's been since 2012 when Stephon Gilmore entered the league, he's quickly became a rising star, especially with the Patriots. Man has 25 interceptions on his entire career, 2 defensive touchdowns, and 411 combined tackles. So, yeah, that's pretty impressive. With this trade means that with the exception of AJ Bouye, and if J.C. Horn was actually able to play, but he is injured, of course, that the Carolina's secondary, when it comes to cornerbacks, would be completely first-round picks. J.C. Horn, of course, being our first-round pick that we made ourselves. C.J. Henderson being one a few drafts back. And then back in 2012, Bill's first-round pick, Stephon Gilmore. Having that possibility for next year if we choose to extend Stephon Gilmore, because he's only able to play out through this year. After that, it's going to be nothing like that. If we have the cap space to extend him, which is why we are comfortable with making this trade, because we have the cap space to take on the massive contract that he has. But possibly an extension down the line, unless we want to save cap space to go for, much needed offensive linemen. But with this trade, we see the Panthers are making moves to make sure that we stay a competitive team in NFL. Of course, recently just getting our first loss on the season 2 to Dallas Cowboys, where we had a very tough third quarter, but came back in the fourth to make a hard fight, showing that we're going to be fighters till the end no matter what happens and never giving up. This shows that we are just trying to solidify our defensive name, because our defense was the top in NFL and pretty much just collapsed against the Cowboys' high-powered offense. With this, it is looking like our starting cornerback lineup is, of course, going to be AJ Bouye in there, C.J. Henderson, Stephon Gilmore, and then Melvin all being circulating. Seeing if CJ has a more solidified spot coming into the next week, because of course he was on limited snaps because there was a wonder if he was physically able to play right then, but we'll see. Stephon Gilmore, of course, is not going to be available until week 7 because he was on the PUP list, the physically unable to perform list, meaning that he's only going to be able to come back for our week 7 matchup. But of course, we're going to be very excited to see him when he comes back, because at the moment he is healthy. It's just that it is mandatory for him to be out those until after week 6 if you are put on the PUP list at the start of the season. A little bit more about Stephon Gilmore is that you're going to see for the fact that he is coming home. He went to school in South Carolina, and he is also neighbors with Scott Fitterer, so this is pretty much a match made in heaven. Even as the Buccaneers did end up getting Richard Sherman, who honestly we may have dodged a bullet not acquiring Richard Sherman because he did not play that well last game, so maybe we got a good, maybe it was a blessing in disguise that the Buccaneers got him instead. We decided to pick up a former Patriot because everyone thought he was just going to go to the Buccaneers because everyone who's a former Patriot is apparently going over there to play with Tom and Gronk again. But the Panthers ended up getting him, getting a very nice cornerstone. Get what I did there? Cornerstone, cornerback. Okay, I'll shut up now. But did get a very nice piece for their secondary, so we can forever solidify it and make sure we're not in too much of a weird position about who's working out and who's not. Because with the injury of J.C. Horn, Dante Jackson, of course, is going to be on our secondary list. Then after that, CJ, AJ, Melvin, and then soon to be, after week 6, Stephon Gilmore. Many questions I'm seeing being asked is why would the Patriots trade that little for him? Well, it's because he was going to be released anyway. At 4 p.m., there was going to be an official finalized release for Stephon Gilmore, and the Panthers decided to say, fuck it, and went in and got the trade done before that happened, and now we have Stephon Gilmore on our roster. He is now a Carolina Panther, confirmed, good to go, and we're going to be ready to do this, and we're going to be welcoming Stephon Gilmore back home with open arms to see if he can perform at that elite level he's been performing at in the most recent years and play for the Panthers and possibly take us into a much deeper playoff run than maybe many people expect. I'll keep everyone updated on the Stephon Gilmore situation as we get closer to the time where he'll be actually able to play for the Panthers, but until then, tell me what you think about the trade in the comments below. Do you think this is a great trade? Do you think we're just wasting a 6th round pick even because he's washed? No matter what you think, I would like to know. So tell me in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.